welcome to All for United WFC with me, Matt Crane. We've got Leicester City pre-match discussion. I'm joined by Benny this morning. Benny, how are we this morning?
I'm all right, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, pal. So we'll get straight into it. Today, very last game of the season. Sadly, Casey Stoney's last game as well. We've got Leicester City. It's a lovely sunny day, which makes a change from Manchester, considering yesterday it was throwing it down. FA Cup. Obviously, we continue this if we win today with the quarterfinals next season. So, yeah, Benny, team news then. Obviously, it's just come out 10, 15 minutes ago. We know we've had injuries and we saw the press conference and Casey talked about shortages. But were you maybe surprised? I'm mainly looking at players that are on the bench. I can think of three in particular in Tooney, Amy and Ona. Were you maybe surprised, or do you think that she's possibly given minutes to players that could potentially be leaving, perhaps, in that starting lineup, looking at it?
I'm a little bit surprised, mate, because I thought she'd go as full of strength as she could get, you know what I mean? And make sure, you know, we get the win today, we get into the next round of the Cup, and we finish out the season on a high. But, yeah, I can see, yeah, looking at the team now, I can see where you're coming from. Maybe she is giving minutes to players that are maybe it's their last hurrah, if you know what I mean. It's, you know, just giving fringe players a little bit of game time, which maybe haven't had the opportunity to get game time throughout different stages of the season through various different reasons, whether it be injury or whatever, you know. But, yeah, I am a bit disappointed at owners on the bench. I'm a bit disappointed at Tooney's, especially Tooney's on the bench as well. I thought she'd be one of the first names on the team sheet today. Good to see Galton back starting, you know, back in the starting lineup, and Hansen starting as well. And you called it last night when you said Sigsworth and Ross up top, you know. So yeah, I think I can see where you're coming from, mate. I reckon it is just giving minutes to players that need the game time, and possibly it might be their last sort of match time in or game time in a United shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you, I was more surprised. I think at Tooney. I think, you know, having seen what she's done to Leicester previously as well, it was just a shock. I mean, listen, there might be one or two knocks. We don't know. I know Casey sort of alluded to that in a press conference, so maybe it could be that as well. We don't know, but I think I backed Tooney for a couple, so I'm hoping she comes on at half-time and gets a couple of goals. But I think, like you, we talked about Leah, hadn't we, the last few weeks, and we did say about easing her in. And I think she's come on twice now, hasn't she? She's made two sub-appearances. So this will be a good chance for her to sort of see where she's at and then go away pre-season and work on sort of fitness. But, you know, like, pleasing to see her in there, pleasing to see Hansen in there as well. You know, I think the last few weeks for me, she's been sort of unfortunate not to be starting. I know she has started, but I think, like I say, you know, going back 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, you know, there's been times when she's been benched unfairly for me. I think looking at what Leicester have put out, and you may not know too much on this, but we'll discuss it anyway. They've made a couple of changes. Obviously, you said to me, didn't you, before we came live, no Charlie Devlin. She's carrying a knock. Now, I've not seen the bench, so I don't know if she's on the bench, but she's certainly not starting. So Shannon O'Brien comes in. And they've made a change at right back. Libby Smith, who United fans might remember last time she scored against, so she's a forward. She's at right back. So it looks interesting. Especially sort of from their point of view, and I know they've talked about no pressure, but do you think that even though we've made a few changes, we should still have enough out there to get the job done? Or do you think that maybe we might need to be a little bit wary? Because I know we've both sort of said, haven't we, we need to be at our best and not to underestimate them, and we've got to go sort of full strength and full whack against them.
Leicester are riding a bit of a high wave at the minute. The club in particular, you know, the men's won the FA Cup yesterday. The women's side have won the championship. They're riding on a really high wave at the minute. We've got to be a bit wary of that. I think, you know, they're going to smell blood. They're going to go out and want to spoil the Casey Stoney goodbye party, if you will. You know, they want to go out and progress in the tournament themselves, you know, or the cup competition themselves. So we have to be wary of that. We have to make sure that we're defending properly. We're marking who we need to mark, especially at set pieces, because we seem to be vulnerable at set pieces. It seems to be a United way, that United thing now at the minute, set pieces in both the men's and women's side. So we need to make sure that we're picking up our opposition at set pieces, like, for example, corners and free kicks. make sure we're doing our jobs properly defensively. Just go and play our football offensively. Just go and play our football. Just go out there and play the football that we know we could play, and I'm sure we could get some joy. But we need to make sure that we give Leicester the respect they deserve. Not too much respect, like we don't want them. I don't want to see United sitting off and letting them play, but we need to just give them that little bit of respect they deserve, because it's a decent side, mate. And you know yourself, you know more about Leicester than I do. But even I know that Leicester are going to come here today, and they're going to want to give Manchester United a game today. They're going to want to give Manchester United a bit of I don't know, not saying payback or anything, but a bit of a sort of I don't know what word I'm looking for, but
maybe put on a show. Maybe let
put on a show, because they've been hammered a few times by us. Do you know what I mean? They're going to be wanting to show that they're progressed. That's the word I'm looking for. They're going to want to show that their progression in there, that they can compete with the likes of Manchester United. So it should be a really good game, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's Casey's last game, but I'm also really looking forward to it in terms of the spectacles. This should be a really good match.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you mentioned the set pieces there, and I think I wonder for me if that's why maybe Maria's in there next to Millie, because I think Maria's very good in the air, and we've seen that in previous games. So maybe that sort of is the thinking behind that change, so to speak. But I think we do need to be on our guard, especially on set pieces, because it's a changed back four from what we normally play, which is fine. But obviously, when you have a sort of settled back four, and you'll know yourself, it's just easier with it settled and everybody knows the role. But that said, I still think we've got a squad out there that can compete and should still be getting goals. The likes of Leah, likes of Hansen, more than capable. So like I say, it should be interesting, and hopefully, I mean, briefly touch on it, 'cause I know we've talked a lot over the past few days. But Casey's final game, the club have sort of posted a little mock-up montage today, haven't they? And sort of said the final, is it the final dance or something? I think, listen, we all know our thoughts and feelings, but it would be really nice, wouldn't it, that if we could go out there and put on a performance, not only for her, but I think for ourselves as well. I think it's massively important when this season on the high. And I think, was it yesterday I heard something that I think was 6 games unbeaten. So this will be something like hoping to extend it to 7. I want to touch on something as well that the club put out this morning. Owner, Player of the Year. I think for me, fully deserved. And I did briefly tweet that, but I thought we'd cover it on here. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, Owner has been named our Player of the Year. She's been solid at right back. I can't remember really too many bad games, maybe 1 or 2, but that was very rare. And I think for me, she's come in, new league, new country, new language, and she's been absolutely solid. And I think it's a testament to not only her, but also Casey and the staff as well, helping her settle on and off the pitch and providing that environment for her where she can, really challenge and compete. Because let's not forget, not all clubs do that, and not all clubs are as good with player welfare. And like me and you talked about yesterday, man management. And I think, it's a credit to her because, like I say, she's come in. And for me, the season's not quite been as we expected, but I think Owner's been a shining light this season. She really has. As well, for me, Tooney. Tooney was my personal choice. But listen, I'm more than happy for Owner. Like I say, she's defended well. She's like your typical old school fullback, isn't she? Very tough tackling. She's positionally good. She gets forward to support. She's strong in a tackle. So I think that was really pleasing, and I'm sure that'll give her, I want to say a confidence boost, but she doesn't need it. But you know what I mean? It'll give her a lift, won't it? It's just a little bit special, like I say, when you're somebody new coming in to sort of get that. But do you just want to give us a few thoughts or a couple of words on Owner this season?
Smashed it, hasn't she, this season, mate? Been really, really impressed. As I said on previous shows, I didn't expect her to settle in so well, so quickly.
Yeah.
And she just took to it like a duck to water, really, hasn't she? It's been really flawless, near enough. I know there's been maybe a couple of games, but on the whole, on the large, she's been really flawless. She fully deserved, mate. Fully deserved. I think the only other players, I think some people have touched upon it on social media as well. The other players that could have got anywhere near her, unfortunately, been injured at various parts of the season. So, absolutely top draw, mate. I've got no disagreements with that at all. Fully deserved. And she's been a breath of fresh air at full back, hasn't she, really?
Yeah.
She's been really, really, really good. And I just hope that can continue into next season, and we can build upon that, and we can get players in and around her that will benefit her as well and benefit the team overall. Because we need to build on this now. We can't go backwards. We can't slip. You know, we need to get people. Owner, to be fair, mate, has been like one of them hidden gems, hasn't she? I've never heard of it before. Well, then again, I'm not really a guy that knows too much about international football or football from abroad. So for me, she's been like a really good hidden gem that we found in the summer, you know. And long mate, continue, mate. Really, 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 really impressed, pal.
Yeah, I think, like you say, it is important that next year we do build on this. Obviously, losing the manager is a huge blow, but what we don't want now is to see a mass exodus of players. And I think, like you say, if we can sort of keep people happy, that'll be a start player-wise. Because I think, you know, there's been a lot of damage done behind the scenes. But yeah, again, we've talked about it before. Summer's now even bigger than it was. But I think, like you say, owner's been a big part of, you know, what we've had this season. And, you know, let's not forget, okay, we came fourth, but if you look at, there was, I don't know if you saw the image, if they have the clean sheets, Mary's kept a clean sheet every couple of games. Her record is 1-2, and I think she's 10 clean sheets in 20 games. So she's the third sort of highest in the league, obviously behind Berger, who's been outstanding for Chelsea. And listen, she's not far off Ellie Roebuck as well, who's obviously England's number one at the minute. But yeah, I think to sort of stay on topic, you know, Owner has been outstanding in the defence. And like you say, you know, a hidden gem. And I think if we can pick up a couple of more in summer of those, similar to her, you know, whether it's defence, midfield, forwards, then it's a good place to go. I'm cautious of time, and I'm cautious, obviously, you'll want to, you know, sort yourself out and get ready to watch the game. But just a quick score prediction and goal scorers.
I want to go 2-1. I honestly think this is going to be a really good game, and I think it's going to be a lot tighter than the previous games. I want to go 2-1. I think Sigmund's going to bag today. I've got a good feeling on Jess, and I'm also going to go for Kirsty Hansen just to round off the season. You know, just to make me smile at the end of the season.
You know, fair play. I think I'm sticking with my 3-1. Although the thing is now, I said 2 need to bag a couple, so I'm going to get shot for this, but I'm going to have to change. I think Leah will get one. I'm going to go with Jess like you, and I think Tuni will come off the bench and bag as well because she'll be fired up. So I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm just changing Tuni from 2 goals to 1 while she's not starting, and backing Jess. But we shall see. But fingers crossed. Right. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thanks for joining me, Benny. We are back tomorrow. John is back with a match review of this. But tonight the schedule will go out. We'll also pin that and all the shows as well that we've done this week in case you need to catch up. Quick shout out as well. The YouTube channel is now live of United WFC. That's on our pinned tweets at the minute. So make sure you check that out too. And we will see you very soon. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Benny.
Bye, guys. Cheers, mate.